Hello, hello. Okay, seriously, take a look at this room. What a beautiful, fabulous room. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure yet to meet, my name is Evan Lowe, and I work here at the LGBTQ plus Victory Institute, along with my dedicated colleagues that have put on this annual event. We are so proud to create space for all of us to be reaffirmed in our commitment to each other and to purpose. Many of you have come from all over the country and all over the world to be with us. And in spite of the travel pains and everything else in between, you are here. So let us be reminded that we are here for each other and for the space, creating space for each other to laugh, to be joyous, to cry, to lean on one another, to be vulnerable, and most importantly, to be reaffirmed in our love of our country and answering the call for service, consistent with the mission of the Victory Institute and ensuring that we have LGBTQ plus representation all over the country in elected and appointed office. So to all of our appointees and our elected officials, a round of applause to all that you do. This is incredible work. This, of course, cannot be done alone, by staff alone. If you are a Victory board member of any of our beautiful entities, the beautiful Victory family, would you kindly stand? Can you please stand if you are a part of the Victory board? Kindly stand. A round of applause. These are the dedicated individuals that commit to themselves each and every day and ensuring that we have stability of our organization under these threats. I don't want to get too much into the state of Victory that is going to be reserved for the future. My role is just to welcome you in a quick introduction. So allow me also, as we now have affirmed as to why we're here, to thank those that have made it possible for us to gather here, including our dedicated volunteers of our board members. But this cannot be done without also the allyship, the courageous allyship of our corporate partners. I want to recognize a number of our presenting sponsors and our corporate partners. So when you hear their names, if you could kindly give one clap. And the reason why we particularly say this is, let's be very clear. In this period of time, there are those companies that show courage by sticking with us, and there's those companies that do not. And we will remember. But we also recognize those who are staying with us. So again, one clap. Our presenting partner sponsor, Coca-Cola. That's a really good crowd. I've never seen that happen before, ever, by the way. Usually I go to events and you do the elected officials and everyone claps longer and longer. This is a really good crowd. Of course, we're overachieving gays. Okay. Next up, as our presenting sponsor, Genentech. Our next sponsor, Altria, Amazon, Comcast, DoorDash, Google, Toyota. Oh, I feel like it's a song. Get me warmed up. ActBlue, Comcast, Pharma, TikTok, Dow, Dr. J. Kumar, Exelon, Brownstein, Hyatt, Farber, and Shrek, Diageo, Microsoft, Amgen, Mr., Airbnb, Bond Event Management, Pfizer, our dear sisters in the fight, Human Rights Campaign, Shared Energy, Future Foundation, Changecraft, and Union Pacific. A round of applause for all of our corporate partners. And then allow me, we have a star lineup. How many of you is it your first time here at the Victory Institute annual conference? First timers, raise your hand. Keep those hands up. Look at this room. These are the first timers. Congratulations, thank you so very much. How many of you have been here at least 10 years? Raise your hands. A round of applause for the 10 years. Dare I ask, How many have you been here going on 20 years? Raise your hand. Those that are raising hands, stand up. Would you kindly stand? Those who are in 20 years, would you kindly please stand so we can see you? These are our OGs. Our dedicated OGs. Not old gays. I'm looking at you, John Laird, my dear mentor. 30 years. John Laird. And is John Heilman also here? John, all the way in the back. So do we have, is that 2? 2. 3. Sorry, can't see it. Mayor Parker. I don't want the acknowledgement, of course, in our state of victory, but of course, this organization, I fill the big, fabulous shoes, as I always say, of former Houston Mayor Anise Parker, and of course, standing very tall. With us then, nearly 30 years ago, with us to continue the legacy of this organization. And what would any retired lesbian do then in retirement? You run for office. Again, there are so many shoulders that we stand on, and so to those who continually come, thank you very much for your continued service. The arc to the fight for equality continues, and it is so incredibly important. Allow me then to get back to the program. This work of fighting for equality cannot be done in isolation. So much of our work requires the allyship that to be with us in times in which it's not just popular, but when it's the right thing to do. I am so delighted to be able to introduce one of our many history makers, those with us in the fight for true equality. Our keynote speaker that I want to introduce you on in our opening plenary is none other than the Governor of Maine, Governor Janet Mills. Governor Mills. How many of you are familiar with Governor Mills? Yeah. She said a phrase, I feel like she said something recently in the White House to the President of the United States when he called her out. I'm sorry, one more time? One more time. One more time. Governor Mills most recently was well known and just catapulted into the national limelight when she took on President Trump in the White House, saying that we'll see you in court with respect to protecting members of our LGBTQ plus community. But of course, the fight and the commitment of support for our community was not just of late. It began over 20 years ago when she voted for comprehensive non-discrimination protections in the legislature. She stood up for us as Attorney General, and now as governor, and as Maine's next governor. At a time in which the community is facing unrelenting attacks, it is important that we support the allyship that is so incredibly important. And so, friends, would you kindly join in a great round of applause this wonderful stalwart of courageous inspiration of solidarity could be anywhere in the country, but she's decided to be with us here. So would you all please stand up and give a round of applause to our ally, our champion, Governor Janet Mills.
Thank you, Evan. Oh, what a crowd. Well, listen, I'm pleased to be here today and tonight. I speak to you today as a former state legislator who voted more than 20 years ago, as Evan said, to make discriminations based on sexual orientation and gender identity illegal in Maine. I speak as a former district attorney who prosecuted those who committed brutal crimes against LGBTQ people, thinking that, well, they could get away with it because society just didn't care. I speak as a former attorney general of my state who testified in front of 4,000 people at a public hearing in 2009 to support legislation recognizing the fundamental right of every person to marry who they love. I speak as a governor who worked with LGBTQ legislators like Speaker of the House Ryan Fecteau, who I think is here somewhere. I'm sure he is. And Majority Leader Matt Moonen. Where's Matt? There, right there. We worked together to prohibit public and private health insurance from having exclusions that block coverage for transgender people. We worked together to restore state veteran benefits to soldiers who were discharged from the military because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. We worked together to end the use of the gay and trans panic defense, so-called. We work together to shield providers and patients from prosecution by other states that have extreme policies. And we work together to ban the dangerous and discredited practice of conversion therapy on minors. And I speak as someone who, stood up to the President of the United States to his face when Donald Trump demanded that Maine violate our own laws to discriminate against transgender youth. I told him I'd see him in court. And guess what? We did see him in court, and we won. Discrimination violates our compassion and our conscience. And yet, in more than half the country, discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity remains legal. The rights of LGBTQ people should not depend on what state you live in. There are dangerous efforts in Congress right now and in the courts, supported by Donald Trump, to further roll back the rights of LGBTQ people nationwide. Every day, we see political attacks and policies designed to erase LGBTQ people from public life. So I speak to you today as someone who's always stood up for what's right, I believe, and I say to you now, we cannot and will not allow that to happen, rolling back the rights. We cannot and will not stop fighting to make equality for all an unbreakable promise in America, regardless of where you live. We cannot and we will not stop fighting for clear and comprehensive non-discrimination laws nationwide. I'm ready for that fight, and I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with all of you to demand that our laws are based on freedom, not fear, on compassion, not cruelty. This nation deserves leaders like those in this room who recognize the right of every person to live freely, unafraid of being discriminated against because of who they are or who they love. And that is why I am so privileged to be with you tonight with this illustrious group of champions. Thank you so much.
Governor, is it true that in terms of leaders in the state of Maine, your chief of staff is a member of the LGBTQ plus community? Is that true?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And the majority leader is also a member of the LGBT community?
They're all around me.
And the Speaker of the House is Ryan Fecteau is a member of the LGBT community. So Matt Moonen and Ryan Fecteau. So the gays run the state.
They tell me what to do.
The governor said they tell me what to do. So to all of our respective other states, you have some work to do. There's something in the water in Maine. Thank you very much, Governor. Again, we are so proud because we have our own, helping to not just be in positions and occupy positions, but leading with distinction on the basic issues that we care about. And this is the trajectory that we're headed in. Now, we're thinking about, as we're talking about the gays running the show, a good segue to our next guest speaker, who in just a very short period of time rose to the ranks of leadership in Congress as a ranking member on the Oversight Committee, hailing from the state of California, and as the former mayor of Los Angeles, incredibly competent, incredible statesperson, someone who is incredibly fun and sassy. You should check him out on TikTok. And we're just so proud that he decided to join us on his birthday week. So would you please join us in giving a victory round of applause to our very own Congressman Robert Garcia.
Long Beach, not Los Angeles, but close enough, Evan. Close. Different city. All good, all good. How we doing? It's obviously great to be here with all of you, and I love Victory. This has been a great organization that I grew up in as well. And for those that I don't know, this guy and I go a long way back, and in fact, we were both baby gays together when we were both on city councils, and Evan and I and another one of your guests that you're going to talk to in a minute, the mayor of San Diego, all actually were on the city council at the same time under various cities, and we would come to victory events or to pride festivals or to random warehouse parties that Evan would take us to. And I'm just kidding, maybe. But it's the thing about this organization is that you meet people that are supportive of what you're doing and the connections and the friendships, and that's one of the best things about Victory, honestly. And so meet as many people as possible and enjoy yourself, and a truly great organization. And I'm so proud of Evan. I'm just saying this because we've been friends for a long time, for leading the organization, and congratulations, really doing a great job. So I am one of 12 LGBTQ plus members of the U.S. House right now in the Congress. But I always like to say that I am the gayest. So of all of us, I do consider myself the absolute gayest. And it's an honor to serve with incredible members of Congress that all have broken barriers in some way, whether it's Sarah McBride, who is an incredible source of inspiration, whether it's Mark Takano, who I know you've either heard from or are going to hear from. All of these members have broken some type of barrier to get to where they're at. And I think that's what's great about representation in the House or in the Senate. We want to always work to increase the amount of members that we have. And Victory has always been a part of that, not just at Congress, but at state houses, at city councils, running for mayor. And before I got this job, 2+ years ago, I'm still fairly new to Congress, I served as the mayor of Long Beach for 8 years. And it was a training that I did with Victory that really prepared me to run for mayor, get elected as the first openly gay mayor of my city, the first person of color, as still a younger person in that position. And it's been because of the support of organizations like this one. And so please support Victory, and congratulations on all of that. I just also want to add that as you're spending this weekend both having fun and learning, to think about the moment that we're in as a country. We are in a really, really dangerous moment for our democracy, for the rights of LGBTQ plus people, for the rights of women, for the rights of identity around issues around that we care about, but also issues around immigration, around those that are seeking asylum, those that are coming to our country because they believe that we are a beacon of hope around the world. All of that, our very democracy, our institutions, the workforce of our federal government, all of that is in danger because of an administration that is hell-bent on taking us backwards. And so as a community, in these moments where we're being attacked, it's not an opportunity for us at this moment to retreat or to try other things or to draw our attention elsewhere. This is a moment where we have to be in the fight. We have to be in the fight every single day and push back as hard as we can. Now, Evan alluded to this when I came up. Obviously, had a great freshman term, and entering my sophomore term, I got elected by our caucus in the House to serve as the lead Democrat on the Oversight Committee. And what that means, which I'm excited about, is I lead Democrats on what I believe, and other folks will tell you differently if they're in other committees, what I believe is the most important committee in Congress, that is focused solely on investigations and holding the powerful accountable. Not just the administration and Donald Trump. Not just Kristi Noem and the horrors that she's unleashing through ICE and DHS. Not just the illegal actions by RFK Jr., what he's doing around elimination of vaccines, eliminating AIDS programs and HIV programs, and all of the unconstitutional actions that are happening in the government. But also those that are powerful that are harming the American people. The CEOs that are ensuring that the costs of healthcare are too high. Those that are ripping off the American public when it comes to the cost of housing. All of those issues matter, and I hope, as the leader of Democrats on oversight, that we're going to hold every single person or organization or corporation accountable for harming the American people. And that work is going to be led by a very prideful gay person. And so I'm very excited about that, and I'm thankful to all of you for your support and encouragement. And the last thing I want to say, as you begin this week, think about the moment that we're in, not just in the rights that we're fighting for. We're fighting for the rights of our own community, especially our trans brothers and sisters, especially so, who are being attacked in the most vicious ways possible right now, every day. It's also about us standing up in a way where we are linking arms and thinking about what it means to be a true ally of other communities. And so I ask all of us to not just think about us, but think about all of those people across this country that are getting thrown into unmarked vehicles by masked men, immigrants that also need our support, students who just want their First Amendment rights to protest who also need our support, women whose reproductive health is in jeopardy, they also need our support. So the intersectionality of where we're at right now, that linking up of arms with other communities is so fucking important. It's so fucking important. And because, I truly believe this, because our community is made up of all of those communities, we are made up of black people and immigrants and women and students and gay people, because our community is uniquely qualified, more than any other community, to understand, uplift, and move intersectionality forward and true allyship. And so that's what I hope we think about this week, and I'll probably see some of you all later, so thanks so much.